Okay, welcome back. I'm live. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm going to change tracks a little bit. So the first tenet of climb is care. And that's something you do every single day for your patients. And it's something you do for your communities. So for the next few minutes, I'd like to talk about one of the ways that you care for your communities, and that's through giving to charity. In fact, according to recent studies, 75% of small businesses give charities that impact their local communities. And 30% of all charitable giving happens in the month of December. So we're coming into the holiday season, so this seems like a perfect time to have a discussion about this topic. So I have some ideas to share with you that can really help you maximize your generosity throughout the year. So the first thing I'd like to suggest is take the time to select organizations you wish to give throughout the year, and jot those down. Now, most of you already have these organizations you give to year after year after year, and you already know who they are, but jot those down, because what I'm going to suggest is that you create, if you don't already have an ongoing relationship with these organizations, that you create one, meaning that you sit down with them and you talk to them, because this gives you this opens your door to planning events throughout the year that tailored around what they're doing throughout the year. So now create in-store events and really engage your customers to help as well. So let me give you some examples. Let's say that every year you always donate to the local high school marching band, or to youth soccer, or to Little League, or whatever causes you're giving to. And let's say you give like $500 to the marching band every year. So put up signage in your store that says, help us raise $1,000 for the Ocosta High School marching band. We're going to match the first $500 in donations. And now you can use your POS to help with this. So in the latest version of our POS, we've actually added the donations feature that allows you at the till to ask the customer if they'd like to donate their change or a certain dollar amount, and you can take and enter that right there in the till. Now, you don't just have to have our POS to do that. Before we had that feature, we just suggested to people that you create a donation item in your POS system, and then at the register, you sell that donation item. It's really about the ask. No matter what your software is capable of doing, it's about teaching your clerks, your staff to ask, and it's about signage and promotion. So take that opportunity. And I've heard, one of the things that one of our stores does is they actually have a competition. So they, at the end of the donation period, they tally up what each of their employees was able to raise by the ask, and they just give them a little prize. So that's another idea, something you can do. Now, another thing that you could possibly do is, if you have a customer loyalty program with loyalty points, you can ask people if they would be willing to donate their loyalty points to a cause. So maybe you donate to the Boys and Girls Club. And so you create a promotional event in your store where you're raising points for the Boys and Girls Club, and at the till, you ask if they'd like to donate points. And our solution has an ability to do that. But once again, even if you're not using our POS, it's something that you can consider doing. Another thing that happens throughout the year is clearance sales. So one way, when maybe at the end of the holiday season, you have seasonal merchandise you need to clear, one thing you could do is just simply donate the merchandise to Habitat for Humanity or Goodwill or the local food bank if it applies. But another thing is that you could say that all proceeds, or 50% of proceeds, or 25% of proceeds from this clearance table goes to a certain charity. Things like that. Donations, another thing you could do is donations based on item sales. So let's say that you're a big full front end pharmacy, you have school supplies, back to school season arrives, you could have a promotion that says, we donate 5% of all school supplies sold in the month of September or month of August to such and such elementary school, or whatever you choose. We've been talking a lot about drug-induced nutrient depletion programs. If you're getting started with that program, maybe you could start a promotion there that says, in the month of January, we're going to donate 5% of all proceeds from vitamin and supplement sales to a certain charity. So those are just some ideas on ways that you can use your POS to do charitable contributions. Now, there's one more way to help in charities, and because a lot of charities need volunteers. One of the things we do here at RMS is we encourage our employees to volunteer, and we encourage that by offering to pay for their time off to volunteer at a charitable organization. So we give our employees 40 hours of paid time off annually to go work in a charitable organization. You can do something similar. It doesn't have to be 40 hours, 8 hours, whatever you feel comfortable with. And that's where getting that relationship with those local charities really pays great dividends. So those are just some of my thoughts. You can really make this a win-win-win situation for everybody. And I think the sky's the limit here, using your imagination coupled with your drive for care for your patients, your employees, and your communities. So just a few thoughts. I hope one of those works for you.